Hey there YouTube, it's me again, Red White Knight. In this video I'm going to make a response to the user Yewon2001, also known as StarMix, or used to be known as StarMix. I don't think he uses that channel anymore, but I used to watch him on that channel as well. The two videos I'm going to respond to are ones he made. One is called Just Because I'm Gay, It Doesn't Mean I'm a Liberal, which is kind of short. And the other one is I think unemployment insurance has been extended too much. Which is not that long either, so this shouldn't be that long. Okay, now in the first video about just because I'm gay it doesn't mean I'm a liberal, he talks about how he's a gay man in America and he often stereotyped as just being a liberal, but he's gay. Now I don't think people should be stereotyped just because they're a certain thing. You should not automatically think that they're something just because of their sexual orientation. In this case, people assume that he's a liberal, that his political ideology is liberalism because he's gay. Now, I think what he doesn't realize is that people are prone to gross overgeneralizations because of the media, and that's what it's seen. It seems like most things that gay people are in favor of are have to do with like the Democratic Party or liberalism. But then again, not everybody in the Democratic Party is a liberal, anyways. Take Ben Nelson and all the other corporatist Democrats. You know, they always against Obama and his financial reforms, which would have been stronger, I think, if they would have been on his side. But they weren't. So we got what we got, the water down, which I'll address in another video later on. I'm gonna make a video of Obama in his first year and a half, but that's coming up later. So he goes on to talk about how he doesn't agree with everything being liberal, but he says that he's left of center. But when you're usually left of center, you're usually a liberal, because I know in Canada at least, the party that's considered left of center is called the Liberal Party, and then there's a bunch of other countries that I've studied in my political science university career that have parties that are either left-leaning or are liberal, that are called liberal. In Norway, it's called Venstre, which means left in their language. And that's just the left of center party. It's called left or liberal in their language. So I think he just needs to realize that people think he's liberal because that's what they associate with most of the things that gay people would be in favor of. Like gay rights and equality for everybody, non-discrimination. Those are liberal values. And being pro-life, like he said he was, that's a liberal value too. So not conservative, Because when you think about it, even libertarians are kind of left-wing. Well, some of them are right-wing, but it depends. It's very, there's social conservatives, fiscal conservatives, and that means something different. There's social liberals and corporatist liberals. It just means different things. If you're a corporatist liberal, you're a business-friendly liberal. Maybe that's what you are, a corporatist liberal. So there, just don't take it so personal when people think that you're a liberal just because you're gay. They're just assuming. They shouldn't, but they can't really help it. It's human. So don't get too butthurt about it. Okay, so moving on to the second video. I think everything you said in this video is completely wrong. You claim that like everybody on welfare is lazy pretty much, and that they shouldn't have the benefits extended to. I agree with you. I think 99 weeks is kind of long, because it went from 23 to 99 weeks. That's a big jump. That's a two-thirds increase over what it was. Maybe they should have gone to I don't know, 66 or something in the 50s. Not like that's a year and a half. Actually more than a year and a half. Actually, it's almost 2 years. So yeah, I agree with you that it's probably too much, but you shouldn't generalize everybody, because you're blaming the situation of the U.S. economy or how the job market is on the wrong person. It's not the person's fault, the person's fault. Blame business because they don't pay a decent minimum wage in the United States. Have you heard of the concept of the life wage or the living wage? Something, a wage that you can survive on, not a minimum wage. There's a difference between a minimum wage and a life wage. Okay, a life wage or a living wage is something that you can survive on, and not like get ahead on. That's not a minimum wage. It's not in the United States anyways. When the minimum wage hasn't been raised in I don't know how long. It's been like like at least 10 years, I think, maybe longer than that. Isn't that kind of like ridiculous? And it was the banks, becoming huge casinos that crashed the U.S. economy, and the banks giving out bad loans that crashed the housing market. So they're the ones that are largely responsible for the state of the U.S. economy. I mean, the U.S. economy between the end of 2008, actually going back to 2007 and now, has lost 8 million jobs. Those are coming back, at least not for a long time. They're gone. It's estimated by some economists that it'll take decades to get those jobs back. And Obama hasn't fixed anything. This is going to happen again eventually, because there's no new regulation. They can still do all their derivative trading, and gamble and make bets on with each other if people can't pay back their debts or not, with money they don't even have. Plus the U.S. debt is insanely high too. So don't blame the common person for what the government and big business did. They're the ones that are responsible for this. The government didn't do its job, and big business, gave out bad loans to everybody, and they crashed the housing market and the banking system at the same time. So yeah. And I also think that if you don't want the U.S. to become like Western Europe. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Do you realize that Western Europe is a hell of a lot better off economically right now than like the U.S. is? And they, even though the welfare states are a lot bigger and they're a lot bigger part of their GDP, their people have a higher standard of living than yours do. They beat you in almost every category there is. Like average income, life expectancy, days off a year that they get, paid vacation, benefits. I mean, go watch Michael Moore's movie, Sicko. They get free healthcare, they get everything. Those people aren't lazy. I lived in Norway for 3 years. That country has the highest standard of living in the whole world, okay? And I'm from Canada, we used to have the highest standard of living in the world, and it's like number 2 in the world now. So I think I know what I'm talking about, Sure, in Canada we're not quite as like left as they are, but we're more left than the U.S. is, in some of the European countries. So it works out pretty well, So anyways, just something to think about, Yowie, 2001, before you massively generalize everybody, because obviously you don't like it, do you? Okay? Alright, peace out.